Raising Happy and Thriving Gifted Kids, a daily podcast where you get relatable stories, interesting lessons, and practical tips to help your kids thrive and be happy while enjoying your own life even more. Over the past few days, we've been going through the PERMA model, talking about the different forms of well-being and figuring out how you're doing. I think one of the most interesting things I do in a lot of coaching sessions is kind of like do a profile on somebody. It's actually an official tool as well. It's been scientifically validated. It's the PERMA profiler, but you can do a very low grade version of this as well, just by checking in with yourself for each of these letters: positive emotions, engagement, relationships, meaning and achievement. How am I doing today? So let's first look at yourself. Positive emotions, like on a day-to-day basis. How often do you just feel good and enjoy yourself and have fun? So give yourself a 1 to 10 and write it down if you're not driving a car or anything. And, let's go to the second one, engagement. How are you doing in finding the right challenge level? Do you feel challenged? Do you feel like you're growing? Do you feel like you're learning all the time? Or do you feel like you're kind of stuck in the same loop over and over again? So from a scale of 1 to 10, what do you rate yourself? The R, relationship, positive relationship. Do you have friends? Do you have people you know that really understand you, where you can be yourself, where you can let your guard down? A 10 if you're doing a great job there, or 1 if you're struggling here. And the fourth, to what degree do you feel meaning in your life? To what degree are you making a difference in the things that are important to you? Are your values being brought into action between a scale of 1 to 10? And the last one, achievement. Could you easily name, 10 different achievements you were going through? Or is that a big struggle for you? So I really encourage you, like on a scale of 1 to 10, write each of these down and kind of maybe even calculate an average of all the scores together. And what I found is that a lot of people are lacking. Now I'm talking to a girl, pretty depressed, and she was doing okay in the achievements area. She was scoring pretty high, but she wasn't happy. She didn't have any friends. She didn't actually feel like she was going into flow because she was struggling most of the time. Or kids who are like living on positive emotions, like really going from reward to reward. And if they aren't rewarded, they simply don't move at all. It's like learning to engage in these different forms. But you have to be an example in that, because if you think your life is miserable and you don't enjoy it, you don't have friends, and you can never let your guard down, and you don't feel challenged, and you don't experience meaning, how are your kids supposed to do that? And I truly believe that parenting is about going first, being the first person to show your kids what a happy life looks like, to show your kids what a meaningful life looks like. Because by doing that, by taking those steps, you can be the change you want to see in the world, as Gandhi said. So score yourself and have a conversation with your kids today. How are they scoring? And really, really listen to them. Don't judge them. They're not doing anything wrong, but try to find out how they're doing. And the nice thing I think about the PERMA model is that it's a lot more concrete than saying, I want to make you happier. It's a very vague statement, but I can, help you get better relationships, or I can help you find challenge, or I can, we can do fun stuff, or we can find meaning, or we can work towards achievements. These are all things you can do to add to your own well-being. So, this was a quick run through of the PERMA model. I hope it was valuable. Please do check in on a longer training programs, because here I've only got like a couple of minutes a day. If you go to smartparentingsecrets.com, I've just listed a bunch of training materials, including a longer training on PERMA and how to actually apply it in your life and how to apply it in your parenting. But we also talk about many, many different other versions. So if you found this interesting, do check in there, because I think you're going to find it interesting. Okay, have a great day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. If you liked this episode of Raising Happy and Thriving Kids, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast in your favorite podcast software. And if you want to dive deeply into all the things you can do to help your kids thrive, be happier while making your own life more enjoyable, go to smartparentingsecrets.com, where you can get free additional training. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and as always, bring out the best in yourself and each other.